Yo, what's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? It's your guy G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, coming at you live, direct, and correct with some Mo news. That's right, Mo news, MO news that you can use. And here we are, Saturday sit down with your guy G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton. Let's give it up. Yeah, let's put that up there like that. I don't know. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? I'm trying to get my settings together. Here we are on Saturday morning. Man, I kind of a little bit under the weather today. I don't know. I think this weather's changing and everything, and we're getting into this. I guess the spring as we get ready for the eclipse. Yeah, you guys, right here in Texas, man. We suppose this eclipse supposed to come right over in the DFW area where we're located, and we look like we're going to have visitors from all around the world or whatever trying to see the eclipse. Well, which is great and everything, but we just found out it might be partly cloudy. So yeah, it's going to be a fiasco. It's going to be challenging with the traffic and everything. So people, I'm just telling you right now, the forecast for the day of the eclipse it is supposed to be cloudy. So can you imagine? Gas prices are going up right now. Shoot, almost 350, 360 right now. Hotel prices, I know, is probably through the roof due to the fact that people are reserving rooms just to see a lot of clouds. But anyway, again, guys, thank y'all for being a part of this channel. The channel is definitely growing. We are doing great things, and without you guys, we wouldn't be here where we are today. So my moderator is not here today, so I have to be in control of all the gadgets and all the things that goes on behind the scenes. So with that being said, I got to give a big thank you to all those that support this channel. A big shout out to the Cowboy Huddle Podcast Facebook page, Cowboy Fan 365, We Them Boys, 520 Boys, Queen of Honor by Cowboy Fan Club Mexico, Cowboy Fan Zone 24/7 Guadalajara, Hard Hitters, Lifestyle, One Star, One Family, and all those that are not mentioned. We just want to say thank you for supporting us on your social media group. Yeah, man, that's where we are, man. We are doing some things and got things going on, and I know you guys probably heard about it, that now we have a online store that we're selling our apparel online now. And I want to say thank you to everyone that has participated and have bought their gear to represent our home team and also our podcast. So step in style with the Cowboys Huddle new apparel. Represent your Cowboys while supporting your Cowboy Huddle podcast. Great for tailgate parties, home games, as well as away games. Browse all of our apparel at www.cowboyshuddleapparel.com. Give it up. And again, I'm still waiting. I still have some customers out there that have purchased their product, their merchandise off our online store. But again, if you can get a chance, take a picture with your product or your apparel and send us a picture. Matter of fact, I think I got to give you guys the email and everything. I'll do that. And yeah, and we will post you in your apparel on the show. Yeah, so let's get right on into what's going on. Excuse me, y'all. It's kind of early, but running a little bit behind. But it's just things. There's some things that's going on, and I want to get right into it. As you see, the title, Dak and Todd France are forcing Jerry's hand. Oh yeah. So I want to go over this this article that's been reported by Hip Toro. Now I don't know much about them, but the credits goes to them. But they have some legitimate reports here that what's going on, and I'm just going to kind of read what they had reported, and I'm going to kind of collab on what was said. And in the end, there's a lot that's going on, even though it's quiet. So I'm going to go through here and just read what they had reported, and then I'm going to kind of give my take on what they're talking about, and you guys can do the same. Me and my cousin yesterday was talking about everything that was going on with the Cowboys, and there's a lot of things uh, that are not being talked about, but him and I really think this is going on behind the scenes. So, with that being said, so it says the Dallas Cowboys, a team with a storied legacy and fervent fan base, are no strangers to the highs and lows of the NFL season. Their latest campaign, a promising 12-5 record, winning the NFC East and securing the number 2 seed in the NFC, ended in dismay. Yeah. The unexpected wildcard loss to Green Bay Packers, led by Jordan Love, was not only a shock but a disappointment to the echoed through the halls of the AT&T Stadium. And folks, that is so true, and that is why we are where we are today, because of that loss. Again, like he said, we went with a 12-5 record, winning the NFC East and securing the number 2 seed, and it ended in dismay. And with that being said, that is the reason why we are quiet where we are now. The report goes on: Dallas Cowboys quiet strategy or stagnation. In the wake of their abrupt postseason exit, the Dallas Cowboys' approach of free agency has been notably subdued. Aside from the commendable acquisition of Eric Kendricks, Dallas has remained largely inactive. Yeah, that's basically all we can really talk about is Eric Kendricks, which we welcome him because he was a player that played for Mike Zimmer, so that would be definitely a plus to have him on board. But overall, we are still very, very quiet, and again, because we know that Todd France and Dak basically has leverage on this organization. Okay, and I'm gonna get right into what I mean by all that. So it also goes on to report Dallas Cowboys future balancing act. The core trio of Dak, Micah, CD, who are instrumental to the Dallas Cowboys' success, stands on brink of free agency with the next 2 years. With Prescott and Lamb's contract expiring after 2024 season, the focus has shifted towards securing their future with the team. Yeah. Can you say bad management by our general manager? Let's go on down. So it also talks about Dallas Cowboy risky strategy raises question. Is this strategy while financially prudent, is not without its pitfall, the absence of fresh talent and the failure to secure key players with long-term deals could backfire. Okay, boys and girls, can we say again? Bad management. Also, as it says, Dallas Cowboys' current strategy is a gamble that reflects a broader trend in the NFL where teams must navigate the complexities of salary caps, players' contracts, and the pursuit of championship. The outcome of this gamble could define the Cowboys' future, either by securing their core talent for years to come or by setting the stage for a period of uncertainty. Yeah, this is the reason why we are quiet, and this is a great report. I don't know if you guys have read this, but this is a great report that I had to give my input on what this all means. It means a lot. Again, boys and girls, can we say bad management? Yeah. The Dallas Cowboys offseason strategy: patient progression or stagnant stalemate. As the offseason progresses, the spotlight remains firmly on the Dallas Cowboys. Will their strategic patience pay off, or will it exacerbate the challenges facing the team? The answer lies in the delicate dance of negotiations, players' morale, and the ever present pressure to compete at the highest level. So, I say all that to say this. And the question still remains, why haven't Dak and the front office sat down and discussed a contract? Now, I talked about this with Chip on the What's Up Wednesday live stream, and Jerry and Steven have gotten themselves in a situation that they cannot get out of. They are literally handcuffed. They are literally at a standstill. And some of you probably say, well, no, not really, because all they have to do is extend Dak. But here's the question. Do they want to extend Dak? I know what you guys are saying. Like, well, why wouldn't he extend Dak? Well, why should he extend Dak? And I know people say, oh, well, he's playing great football. He's doing good. Yes, he has done well. He has done well since he's been here. I can compare this as going to the drag strip. I run my car out there in the drag strip. Yeah, I go out there to win. I don't go out there just to match up against somebody and just watch them continue to beat me. I can run a good time. Say, whoo, well, that was a great time. Woo, I ran the same time again. Woo, that was another great time. But I'm continuing to lose the race. So do I just continue to run for that same particular time, or do I make some adjustments to win? So with Dak, we've been running good races. We've been running good races. Come on. Ooh, I'm going to put a good analogy here. We've been running good races with good times. Yo. Oh, Gary, that was a great time, man. Man, it's a great time. Oh, you'll get him next time. Okay, run again. You. Gary, that was another great time. That was another great time. You ran a great time. Gary. Okay, Gary, man. Uh-oh. I'm about to pull everything. I'm getting excited. Okay, Gary. Now the energy shifts because I'm running great times, but damn, I'm getting smoked by everybody. People going to support you because you're out there trying, but you tried for so long to after a while, when you don't win, the narrative shifts. Now, instead of watching this Camaro over here that's running great times, I'm going to watch this Corvette over here that's running great times and winning. So, yeah, Dak is running a great race, but are we winning? And this is the question that is brought up. Do we extend Dak? Yeah, you might say, well, what are you going to go get out there? What are you going to go get? There's no other quarterback out there. And then there might not be. But we talked about that this could be the first season of rebuilding. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. And and I said this, and I know I'm going back over What's Up Wednesday live stream, but I have to question who's actually running the organization. And I did this on TikTok as well. As a matter of fact, let me put up my TikTok so y'all can follow me on TikTok. Let's see. But I did this on TikTok. I do a lot of what did I let's see, hold on, yeah. But I did a lot I do a lot of short skits on yeah, that's it. That's it right there. I do a lot of skits on TikTok as well, talking about our Cowboys. But the thing I continue to question is who's running the organization for the Dallas Cowboys. And you might ask, well, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is because when we saw Derrick Henry available, we did not reach out to him. We did not interview him. We left him out there. And I say that to say, in times past, Jerry Jones is a big splash guy. He likes to make those big splashes. We couldn't beat Deion Sanders. We wouldn't got Deion Sanders. We couldn't beat Charles Haley. We wouldn't got Charles Haley. We wouldn't got Ken Norton. We wouldn't got Terrell Owens. We wouldn't got Amari Cooper, if you want to put Amari Cooper in there. But this was the type of guy that Jerry was. And to see that Derrick Henry was available and we didn't reach out to him, it makes me wonder who's running this organization. And I think a lot of this falls on Stephen Jones. So the decisions and the reason we are where we are today, it has a lot to do with Stephen Jones. I think they allow Jerry Jones to be in front of the media, but behind the scenes, I'm thinking that this is a Stephen Jones and somebody else that's calling the shots, and this is the reason where we are today because of bad management. And maybe it could be Jerry Jones that because of his latest moves and terrible signings that Stephen Jones had to step. But whatever the case may be, Dak and Todd France has Jerry and Stephen by the you know what. So what happened was in the month of November, we did a Ring of Honor for Jimmy Johnson. And on that game, that particular game, it was shown where Jimmy Johnson was really in the ear of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. And I mean, they showed it. I mean, he just really, and they're listening. Jerry is more listening than Stephen, but he's in Jerry's ear. He's whatever he's saying, but he's in Jerry's listening. And then come the Green Bay game. Jimmy came out at halftime while he was at work and gave a great speech of what the Dallas Cowboys needed to do in order to beat this young team, Green Bay. Well, it didn't happen. And I know we can sit here and we can blame the defense, sabotaged us, but I'm going to tell you like this, guys. That was the last 3 years, the defense actually saved us. So do we want to blame a lot of this on our defense over the last 3 years, or do we want to put a lot of blame on Dak? I mean, we've seen Dak play. And we have to weigh this option right now. How did Dak play in these last 3 years? All 3 years, he played terrible in the postseason. Somebody said that Dak had more wins in the preseason game than he did in the postseason game. So I don't want to hear all this about, the defense sabotaged. Well, the whole team sabotaged us in all 3 phases of the game. But when you look over the last 3 years, when was it that Dak actually played well? And for whatever reason, and we got to go back to look at how he played. We have to go back and look at how this all came about, knowing that we didn't score until almost halftime. And we put a lot of this on defense because we say, defense. But damn it, you keep going out there every 3 and out, and you can't even get a field goal range, and you're giving the opposing team off in short field. Again, your defense is gassed. And we can't get our offense on the other side of the 50 to get in the field goal range? Come on. This is not a black and white thing. This is about performance. And again, so here we are. Dak has made all this money, And now Jerry and Steven have to figure out, do they want to extend that? Do they want to extend that? And I try not to be biased when I report, because I know some people are sensitive, some people are, some people can be a little bit biased to a certain player or a certain team of things. But like I said, I've been around with this team since Tom Landry, and I've seen a lot. But call it for what it is. This is why we are where we are, because Jerry and Steven are wondering or contemplating if they want to extend that. And I understand what people are saying, that, hey, well, who else you going to get? Well, going back to the Jimmy Johnson, giving that famous speech that he did at halftime. From that speech, Jerry Jones brought Jimmy Johnson in as an advisor. An advisor to who? To Jerry Jones. Now, personally, I'm thinking he brought Jimmy aboard because I think Jerry is losing his position or his control, and Jerry don't like the actions that his son is doing or performing, to where he reached out to Jimmy. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Oh yeah, this is juicy today. If you wasn't around, I'm finna explain. I'm finna give you the scenario back in 91, when Jimmy Johnson came on board. But before I go there, when they brought Jimmy in, you've seen that it's been quiet. Now I'm just gonna kind of give you a conversation what I'm thinking that they had since Jimmy's been on board. Jimmy said, y'all really monked this one up. Y'all have messed this one up because you paid Dak late. You gave out a lot of money to Zeke, and you couldn't pay Zeke, and you're still paying Zeke $6 million. You're still considering bringing him back for what? I have no idea. For that money that you're giving Zeke, you could have gave to Derrick Henry. So that would be a bad move as well. So Jimmy's standing around looking at all this stuff. What is it? Somebody clean up this place. Look at this place. This place is a mess. It's a disaster. You got crap everywhere. Jimmy tells, and I'm just saying, this is what I'm thinking that has taken place. Well, guys, y'all really monked this one up. So yeah, Todd, France, and Dak are forcing your hand. Got you by the gonad, and there's nothing you can do about it right now. But I, being the witness of Jimmy Johnson, a very, very, very disciplined, strict, motivating coach, very impatient. And for you guys that have witnessed Jimmy Johnson, do you think Jimmy Johnson would be this patient? What all that has taken place over the last 28 years? Do you think Jimmy Johnson, well, let's just take the last 8 years with the under the contract of Zeke and Dak. Honestly, you guys say y'all big Dallas Cowboy fans and y'all big Jimmy Johnson fan and y'all miss Jimmy Johnson, but do you really think Jimmy Johnson would be this patient with what all is going on? So here we are. So Jimmy Johnson said, listen, I got an idea. Let's go back to 1991. We hadn't had a really, really good running back since the time of Tony Dorsett. We had a few come in afterwards. Tony Dorsett was the guy at the time. That was a major back. Then we end up getting Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker was a beast. He came in and, man, I mean, he basically showcased his talent. So Bud Wright decided to sell the team from Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones basically brought in his own coach. And at the time, Tom Landry was the guy. I hated how that went down, but it went down. Anyway, so Jerry Jones bringing his own coach, Jimmy Johnson. Will you remember what Jimmy Johnson did when he got here? Number one, he went back to playing football. Smash mouth football. You know, the training camp was different. The workouts were different. You know, all that changed so much that Randy White went to Jimmy Johnson. Hey, man, I can't, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm a little bit too old. And that's where we are right now. This is why where we are right now. This team, this organization, they I've been at the training camps. It's basically classroom on the field work. It's just routine. I don't even know if they lift weights during the season anymore. That's one of the reasons probably why Smith lost so much weight. He can't get in the weight room like he used to when he was in college. But anyway, Jimmy Johnson comes in, and basically first thing he does, he takes the most high rated, the most reliable, high profile player on the team. And y'all remember what he did? He traded Herschel Walker for picks. Yeah. He took our number one player, Herschel Walker, and traded him for picks. Now, we can stand our emotions and say, well, why would they move on from that? Why would they? It's a business. I talked to Jason Garrett about my son. He was going on his third year. Was it third year? With the Cowboys. Oh, yeah, Mr. Hamden. Oh, yeah, Gary, he's doing great. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be a great asset to the team. September, somewhere late in September, he called me and said, hey, Pops, they cut me. I said, well, you get on the phone and you call your you call your agent and see what he got planned. Sure enough, he got a 2-year contract with the Cardinals. But people, at this level, it's no longer a sport. It's a business. And if Jimmy Johnson is the advisor to Jerry Jones, I see Jimmy Johnson's name and his hands all over what we're seeing right now. I'm thinking Jimmy Johnson pretty much said, don't give him another dime. Don't give him another dime. Do not give Dak Prescott another dime. We're going to have to eat this $55.5 million, but do not give him another dime. But now what we could do, knowing that New England has been entertaining the idea of wanting Dak. Now, people said it was an April Fool's joke, but whatever the case, I don't put nothing past any team when it comes to football. New England and Las Vegas. New England has a number 3 pick. Now, you probably said, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Dak has a no trade clause. Yeah, we know that. Come on, guys. We know he has a no trade clause. We know he has no franchise clause. But because Todd France has this much grip on you guys, y'all got the Debo. Was it Debo? No, it wasn't Debo. It's the other dude on Friday. The vice grip. You got the vice grip so tight on y'all. Y'all got to get this vice grip off y'all. You got a vice grip. And y'all can't move. So Jimmy is saying the only way you're going to get this vice grip off of you is, now listen to me. I know what you're about to say. It's bananas. Sometimes you got to do banana things in order to get what you want. Dak, listen, we're gonna go ahead and let you play this out. It's dirty. This is a dirty. This is dirty, but it's a possibility. That's the only one you're gonna get out of this. We're gonna go ahead and let you play out this $55.5 million. We're gonna take the hit on that. That's on us. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna go with Trey Lance or Cooper Rush, one of the two. So you can help us on the sidelines, and help coach up our quarterbacks. Yeah, I know it. It sounds that's dirty. Yeah, it is dirty. It is dirty. But you got to save your organization. I'm not thinking as a player anymore. I'm not thinking as a players association. I'm thinking as me as an owner of my organization. I got to save my organization. Yeah, I messed up, but I got to go through the advice that I'm been given. So listen, Dak, we're gonna go with Trey Lance. Let him, because and it's gonna be a shake up. It's gonna be a shake up. Michael Parsons, CD, all of them. What's going on? Yeah. Sometimes change. A lot of people don't like change, but again, with that being put in place, now what happens? What happens is, even though Dak has a no trade clause, and knowing that there are teams that actually are thinking about bringing him in, you know what he does? He said, you know what? Nah. Me knowing that there is a team over there in Las Vegas or New England, I'm going to waive my no trade clause. I'm going to play over there. You probably say, gee, you sound like a madman. But what other reason would they be waiting so long to do anything with Dak? You sign Dak, you can restructure contracts, you can bring players in. But this is not the route it seems that the front office is going. If it was, this would have been a done deal. Why would you wait? Now, I'm expecting something to happen within the next few weeks before the draft. If something happens before the draft, that's great. If it doesn't, guys, I don't know where we're going. If we try to do something after the draft, this team is in worse shape than I thought. Either they will extend Dak before the draft, or they will trade Dak before the draft. It's just where we are. This is what Jimmy Johnson does. He will trade Dak for picks and more picks, as he did with Herschel Walker. Picks and more picks. And you know what? Within the 3 years, Cowboys was in the Super Bowl. It's not pretty. Doesn't sound good. But if Jimmy has anything to do with what's going on right now, that's the narrative. That's the objective. So, something to think about. This is the reason Jimmy was brought on board. If Jimmy can go say, hey, this guy's probably one of the top 5 quarterbacks, and this is what we want. We want a first round. We want 2 seconds round, a third round, and maybe a 4th round or whatever. Yeah, it works. Along with the picks that they already have. You got to remember, everybody's on a 1-year contract, including Mike McCarthy. So, yeah, that's why it's so quiet with the Cowboys. Dak and Todd France has forced Jerry's hand. And now Jerry has to be able to counter what's being forced. You guys tell me what you think. Now, I didn't give it to you. I understand. I just said I understand there's no trade clause, but I just explained how you get by the no trade clause when you tell him that we're going with Cooper Rush or we're going to go with Trey Lance. You have to ask yourself, will Dak sit there? Yeah. Now, if Dak sits there and collects $55.5 million, well, he wins. But at the same time, his value goes down. He sat there a whole year. Remember Tony Romo? Tony Romo couldn't get his job back. I felt so sorry for Tony Romo. Like I say, what comes around goes around. Tony Romo had to sit on that bench and watch Dak take his job, even though Tony Romo wanted to play again. You understand? Remember that? Y'all remember that? Tony Romo had to experience the same thing. So, yeah, Dak might experience the same thing. Never say never. So, yeah, you can allow Dak to sit there on the bench while we go with Trey Lance and we go in a different direction. But they say, oh, yeah, but shoot, somebody pick him up next year. But only thing that they will remember the loss that he had against Green Bay. So now that $60 million doesn't become $60 million. Somebody still pick him up. It's football, people. Welcome to the league. But anyway, that's all I have for today, guys. I just had to come on here and share the report that was out there. I thought it was very meaningful what was reported by the reporter from Hip Toro. Great article. Wow, it's a great article, and sure enough, that's why I want to give my take on everything that they reported. But again, if Jimmy Johnson has anything to do with this, Jimmy Johnson's in rare form. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Do me a favor, make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, and share button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you will be notified when the next video is posted. Again, thank y'all. You can also visit our online store at www.cowboyhuddleapparel.com and go through there and browse our catalog and support your favorite team and your YouTube channel. Like I always say, stay safe and be blessed. Deuces.